This happened whenever I lived alone. Whenever I lived alone, I was 18, I just got out of foster care. I had gotten into DPH again. I would just take like 16 or 18 or 20 at a time. But then one night I decided to take 36, 900 milligrams. And I knew that I had done 800 before, but like, I knew that this was going to be way crazier. So, let's get into it. I just took like, I just got one of those 100 count Benadryl tablet bottles and took 36 of them, 25 milligrams apiece. Like, at first there was nothing really happening. But then about 30 minutes later, I started to get a little heavy. Getting that body overload, you know. And everything was starting to just look a little weird and fuzzy. There was a lot of static everywhere. I like to call it just like static in your face. Like you can't even just like see anything. And then like you look at the walls and you could just see things morph into different things. Also, I'm high off of weed on as well the whole time.
This is unreal fitness. This is supernatural.
I had built up a tolerance at this point, so I didn't black out. So I remember the whole trip. I remember seeing my father, which is deceased, and it just felt so normal. It just felt so normal to see him there right beside me and talking to him. And whenever I looked to see like where he was gone. And I was completely by myself at this point. I was in an apartment all by myself. And I was just tripping that the next trip the next hallucination I had was my mom and my brother and my sister coming into my living room and then and then like talking to me and saying like, why did you do all this? Why'd you do all this? And then whenever you look at them, they're just gone. It's insane. I would take it just to see my father again, and I would take it just so I didn't feel so alone. I would get there. I was shaking really, really bad. My jaw kept on clenching. I couldn't control that at all. My eyes got really, really big. I remember the sensation of like just feeling like I was gonna die. But thankfully I didn't. But I just really felt this overwhelming sense of doom wash over me. It was just so crazy. Your mouth gets really, really dry whenever you're on DPH too. You need to drink a lot of water on DPH. I consider myself a DPH master and a DXM master, but it doesn't mean that I don't drink water. I drink a lot of water. So always stay hydrated. Kept on going. I kept on feeling things like I kept on getting this itchy feeling on my arms and my legs. I get that all the time. It's because I take it so often. I never got robo itch though. But like that's whenever I'm coming down. Whenever I'm coming down, it like starts to like calm down, and that's when the itchiness starts. Yeah, but I remember this one, whenever I was thinking about this song in my head, I could hear it. It was like as if there was like speakers right beside my head playing the song. I could hear it. It was like really, really close to being like a psychedelic experience. It was pretty interesting. It reminded me of like the first time I ever did shrooms in that aspect. Yeah, but and then like 2 days after that, I would still get kind of like the little bit of shakes, but as I took more and more, my tolerance got higher and higher, and it was easier and easier for me to cope with the coming down. Well, anyways, if you enjoyed this story, subscribe, like, join my Reddit r/DPH_ghosts, or like my Discord. You can find it in the comments of one of my videos. Find it. um, stay trippy. I mean, not stay trippy, but like stay healthy. How about that? And think. You always have to think. You always have to think before you do anything like this. Don't ever do. Don't ever repeat what I do unless you know what you're doing.